you could do, I could do better. I can do anything better than you. 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 I can do anything better than you.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Jay Spence the King, and I am back on the Wednesday night with my man Steros for the girls, and we got a special guest, one of my favorite people doing what he does, my man Rob Crippen. He is the host of Nickel City Crew, and we about to bring it to you real quick for about a half hour to 45 minutes. We're gonna have a good discussion. What is going on, Steros?
Hey, what it do? What's up, man?
Man, I'm cooling, man. I'm cooling. It's been a good week so far. The Bills is 8-2. There's always something to complain about, but I've been trying to focus on the things to be happy about.
Happy now. Hey man, shoot, like I don't know, dog. You gotta pick and choose, man. There's a lot of stuff going on out here in these streets now.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard. It's hard, man. This week's been hard. Last week was hard. But it's all good. 8-2. We got the Chiefs coming in town. You know, I'm excited about that.
I am too. It's gonna be a big, game. And you know what? Before we get right to it, let me bring my brother and my man Rob Crippen. He's gonna bring him in. We're gonna talk a little bit. But what's up, Rob?
What's good, y'all? What's good? How you doing, King? What's good? What's good, Steros? How y'all?
What's up?
Man, can't call it, man. Can't call it. Just out here, man. Out here living. I'm excited about this week and excited about the game and everything else with that. But yeah, other than that, you already know Jay Spence got a newborn. So you know what I mean? I'm just living. I'm above water right now. I'm above water. Yeah.
Wait. Let's just say that a little different, because the way it sounded like Jay Spence had a newborn. He was saying Jay Spence, I got a new. So he was saying,
I told you. Yes, I do. Not Jay Spence. I
had to clarify.
Let's just clear that up.
I love it.
Let's clear that one up.
Absolutely. Yeah, but greetings from Nickel City Crew. I appreciate y'all having me on tonight, and let's chop it up. I'm down.
But no, that's big stuff, man. I'm proud of you, man. That's major. You shared with me when your daughter joined us here, and I thought it was a beautiful moment, and we share some words, and I'm proud of you, man. Steros, he going through some life changes and stuff too. I'm proud of Steros, man. Y'all just elevating and doing some things, and I'm proud of y'all. Like it's good to see y'all doing so well, and then also continuing to do content. Both of y'all doing some amazing content. Why don't you plug Nickel City Crew real quick and kind of everything that you're doing real quick, and then we'll jump right into the content. Everybody knows Steros stuff. Like they know what you do. They know.
Yeah, he's a vet. He's a legend. No, I mean Nickel City Crew. You can check us out on all different media platforms, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. And really, to be honest, everything kind of took off at the home opener. I got a chance to mingle with some people at the home opener. I was there for that game. I skipped out my season tickets because my princess was coming. So I gave back my season tickets. So I'll get them back next year. But I met a creative director through my co-host. So my co-host, Adam Rupsick, better affectionately known as Dump Truck. We run Nickel City Crew every Friday night. We just switched to Friday nights at 6 p.m. Check us out. And we got a creative director now. My social media game is up now. So like you said, big things, and I'm really excited for the future for sure.
Yeah, you switched up. When you first started doing it. I was like, yo, you got to get active. You got to get on social. And you like, man, I ain't trying to. Hit me with that. It's like, man, I ain't trying to do it.
But you said it was a necessity. Yeah, you said it was a necessity, and like I said, just God works mysterious ways, and I found out through Adam that Miss Olivia, she's good at what she does, man. And like you already get to. I was never on social media, no presence, and now all of a sudden, everything is just kind of kicking off. So we really appreciate. We got giveaways now, and everything is kind of it's on the up and up. So I can't complain.
Well, we got the comment section going. They know what kind of show this is. So let's go ahead and get started.
Let's do it.
Let's get it. Daryl talking about he mad about everything. Sarah said the same. So this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna talk about the Bills game. That's something we can start off. That's on good. Do y'all watch? Because I'm gonna tell you, I do want to talk a little bit of entertainment. Do y'all watch The Penguin?
Yes.
No, man. But I hear everybody talking about it.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about it just a little bit because I got a vent. And if you ain't watched it, stop watching the show or stop listening by pod if you haven't watched it yet, because I'm gonna spoil some shit. I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on. Before you
I'm only
go
episode
into
1,
it,
by the way. Yeah.
how good is it?
Oh, it's only season 1. So you
No,
haven't.
I'm only
it?
at episode 1 with my
Oh,
oldest.
dog, come on.
Yeah, I know. We got to catch up. We got to catch up this weekend. But you can spoil it.
No, I ain't
love
gonna do
it.
it. No, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do
love
that. I thought you was like on it, but I forget you just had a daughter. So I get it. We're not gonna talk Penguin.
You can bet.
But I'm mad about it. I'm mad about it.
Okay, I got some questions. So is it a real depiction of the Penguin? Is it dark?
It's super dark, but the thing that I like about it, like obviously, like with most Batman movies and even like all of the other DC and then Marvel, most times like I feel like the sci-fi that they bring to it, it brings an element of like this isn't real life. Like this crap can't happen. The way they did this whole thing was like this felt like something that could really be a reality.
Because it picked right up where Batman left off after the flood.
And so like the story was
after the Riddler.
So literally it's a continuation. So like I said, I'm not gonna spoil it. And
I
Daryl
watched
in the comments,
episode 1, but
so I'm not gonna spoil it. But what I'm telling you is
watching the episode tonight before I go to bed.
And man, the acting is perfect.
Yeah.
The storyline is perfect. The way they continue the story, it respects Batman the movie, and then you can tell that you can almost see where they're gonna go with the next Batman from this too. So like it sets it up perfectly. It's a dope thing. So
I bet
it pissed me off. So all right, I vented. We can move on. Let's talk football. Let's talk about this game, man. Yo, the Buffalo Bills are 8-2. Where y'all like? So I'm gonna start with Steros just because 8-2. Did you think that's where we was gonna be?
Hell no. No. And I don't know how many people out there could be like, yo, I said we're gonna be at 8-2. Nah, man. I didn't foresee this at all. But I'm happy about it, man. Like, I'll take it. I thought, honestly, I had these guys that like, I don't know, 11 wins, 10 wins, and they're gonna blow that out the water.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at, Rob?
Oh, you already know me, man. I was at 9-7 and arguing with everybody on Twitter and they bomber, man. I had no faith in Everybody Eats. I thought it was a sham. You already knew that about me. I had you on the show early before the season when we were talking offense. So you already know where I'm at, man. For your audience, man, I was never with Everybody Eats. Never thought that it made any damn sense. It always sounded like some shit that teams with no real receivers say. And I was never with it. And I'm just happy that Brandon Beane finally he took those L's back-to-back weeks with Baltimore and Houston, and then he got with it and he got busy, got on them phones and did the right thing. And that was to replace 14. That should have always been his plan. I don't know why he thought that shit was going to work, but he did. They wrote it out for a couple of weeks, 3-0, and it kind of fooled us. But after those two Baltimore took it to us, but obviously the Houston game was close. But after those two losses, I think they obviously came back to reality at one Bills drive. And I'm just happy that they replaced him. That's all I was calling for all summer was for them to replace 14. So once they did that, I think we were all right.
Replace 14, and like now, what I will say is, I think Keon is developing a lot faster than I anticipated. Like I think he's playing big boy ball. Like he out there and he doing some things that I didn't anticipate. Like I just didn't anticipate him doing the stuff that I see him doing before he was injured, and that I think that's a big part of it. I don't think we've gotten quite now. It's okay because we haven't. It wasn't a big price to pay so far, but we haven't gotten the return on Coop yet, and it's getting around that time for me because I've been Steros, I've been saying like, man, I don't want to talk too bad about Curtis Samuel yet because I really think he injured. I've been saying it all season, and it's fine. If he's injured, put him on IR or something, man. Like, because it's getting to the point where if we're paying him a lot of money to not be effective. He had a couple.
He looked good Sunday.
I'm sorry.
He looked good Sunday though. For the first time, they actually ran him a route that wasn't
a couple plays though. Like you expected more in a game when you don't have Keon, in a game that you don't have Coop. You expect him to be just a little bit more involved than just the first couple plays or the first couple drives, at least to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm expecting too much out of him, but to me, like the cap hit that he has, he should be like, I think Khalil is your top receiver, But I think he should be the guy when Keon's not in there and when Coop isn't in there. Like, he's the guy that you expect to be that dude.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with that, man. Like, I don't know, dude. Curtis Samuel, bro, like there's no reason why Coleman should be outperforming him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a veteran. You've been in this offense for you've seen this offense before. Like, and yeah, you're right. If you're injured, bro, just call it. I mean, just be injured and come back when you're ready. You know, so part of me is like, I don't know if is it an injury? Like, is it just he's just ineffective, or do they just not know how to use them?
But that doesn't make sense, though. Those stories, like how he came with Joe Brady, like that was supposed to be his boy. He lobbied for him to come here, like that part just doesn't make sense, which is why I feel it had to be an injury. I mean, that's me personally.
Not only did he come here with Joe Brady, they drafted him. Like, he was one of the last of the, you know, like that was, they drafted him with a vision. You know, like he was their prototypical wide receiver that they wanted. So you got your second
but
crack.
I mean, I think you also have to look at it like this too. Like, when Joe Brady was with LSU, they threw the ball a lot more. I think Sean wants a different philosophy, a different approach to the offense. So I think we've seen last year and this year Joe Brady kind of maybe adapt to more balance, more complementary football, as Sean would say. So part of me is like, okay, I'll have a little bit of grace for you because you're trying to figure this out as you go. But like, why can't we use some of the staples that made him successful in his career just to start throwing that in the offense too? So I don't know, maybe that's coming. Like, so part of me is like hopeful, like, okay, maybe we're going to start seeing some uptick in production because they're going to start doing things that he's used to. But I don't know, man. It's anybody's guess at this point.
Because the only pushback I would say on that, Sterls, is just that, like, but that's still just because McDermott wants to run the ball more doesn't mean that you can't still use them the right way that made him successful in Carolina and in Washington. Like, I mean, they were throwing bubble screens to him. They weren't even giving him passes past the line of scrimmage. It was crazy how they were using him. So at Nickel City Crew, we just stuck on that he had to be hurt and they were hiding him on the injury report for whatever reason. I don't really know what the advantage of that is, but he had to be hurt, King. Like, what else could
well, I mean, look, this offense is a short passing game offense. Like, things are at and around the line of scrimmage. Like, it's a different philosophy than what Josh Allen is used to with throwing the ball down the field.
That's true.
And they just don't have the horses to really do that effectively. So, yeah, man, it's just growing pains, you know. But again, like you say that, and they got 30 points a game, and I mean, they're still super effective. So, hey, dog, I just need everybody healthy to get back in this thing so they can go try to win a chip. I mean, that's really, I can't complain too much about the offense.
But you know what? I said that on Hump Day earlier, or not that, but I said something similar on Hump Day earlier where I was saying, like, you know, we're emotional as a fan base, you know what I mean? And we react play to play, week to week, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, when you look at it and if you take a step back and you look at it, and you just look at the schedule and you look at how the schedule is unfolding. The Buffalo Bills have won 8 games. 5 of those games, we've held that team to 10 points.
That's right. That's true.
The Buffalo Bills are averaging more than 20, whatever. I haven't looked it up, but I mean, I know because I watch every week. They only had like 2 games where they haven't scored. They had the 10-point game against the Ravens and then they had 20 points against the Texans. Every other game, they've been out there hooping, man. Like they out there balling. So I know what winning football is. 8-2 is not a fluke. I was wrong. Damn it, I was wrong.
We all were wrong, bro. I'll tell you that right now. We were all wrong.
I'm glad that you can say it because
if you're being honest, if you're being honest.
Yeah. But all right, so look, this weekend, because we don't need to talk too much about what's been going on, you know, but this weekend is a big game. It's one of those things like, first of all, it's a trip to me that it's the only game in that second game slot that like it's the only thing on TV. You got
that's on purpose.
It is on purpose. You got Chiefs fans talking about, like some Chiefs fans talking about, this is the Bills Super Bowl. Is this where we've
Dang. That's funny. That's funny. You can't, like, it hurts because it's kind of true, but it's not at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on real quick. Cause no, you finish your thought, but I want you to tag this when you're done.
All right. So I mean, it's just one of those things like the Bills we got to prove that they can beat Kansas City when it matters, like in the playoffs. And until then, they got every right to say whatever they want about them. They got every right to. And the Bills got a lot to prove. And you know what's funny though? It's like people are saying, "Well, this game really doesn't matter." Like, how in the hell can you're setting yourself up for disappointment, bro? Get the. How you gonna say this don't matter? Like, there's so much you can learn as a football team by going against the best, right? Like, so yeah, it matters. It matters
a lot. It matters a lot, actually. Well, it matters a lot.
I think depending on the conversation that you're trying to have about it, like it matters, but I don't think it matters in the scheme of things where I think both these teams are set. Like, we both know they're going to be in the playoffs. We're going to see them again in January. So I think from that perspective, I'm like, okay, this game, it doesn't mean as much as the media is going to try to make like hype it up to be, but I'm with all the bells and whistles. Let's do it. Like do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Stokes.
So you want me to answer this question right here?
Hit Brian.
My dog Brian, he says, let's talk about Dalton Kincaid then. Why isn't this guy dominating? Is he just not as good as we expected, or is it again Brady not using him? So, I mean, you guys know I watch a lot of the All 22. I try to do my best to really study it, and it's not that Kincaid's not effective. Like, when you watch him, my man's open. That boy is cooking these guys on these routes and stuff. First thing is, I think, one, Josh loves throwing to wide receivers. Number two, when he's targeting Kincaid downfield, Josh ain't hitting him. So part of that's on Josh, but you look at most of the metrics, they do line up that like Kincaid should be having a much more better statistical year than he's having. And just it's a timing thing. So, I think it's one of those things where he's gonna like for instance, last week he had your boy Kincaid on the sideline wide open. He overthrew it.
He missed him.
He had him wide open in Houston. He overthrew him. And then he had a couple times where Kincaid dropped the ball. So, it's just like time on task, I think, is going to help it some more. I mean, Kincaid's still a young player. But I think, you couldn't ask for more from him. I have a full confidence in that kid. He's going to be all right. But yeah, it's a little letdown. Like, because when you saw him last year, statistically, we were like, oh yeah, he's the truth. Like we need him to be, but teams are really keying in on him. Like, he's not getting these free releases and they're bracketing and they're paying a lot of attention to Kincaid because we really don't have much else that really is going to warrant attention down the field. So you're seeing a little bit of that. So that I hope I answered your question there.
Rob, you got something to add to it?
I mean, I disagree just a little bit. The only way I would disagree is that I did expect more from this pick because of the fact that I remember when that draft came and the run on the wide receivers was right ahead of Kincaid. So I think that it might have been just not a panic pick. That's not the right way to put it, but it might have been a situation where Brandon just felt like I got to get some type of pass catcher. They have Dawson Knox. They paid Dawson Knox. We saw Dawson Knox last week, with that nice catch, that deep pass from Josh. But like, I think that Kincaid is redundant is I guess is what I'm trying to say, because he doesn't block the same way that Knox does. I just don't think that they know exactly how to use him. I guess that's where I lay on it. I don't know if Joe Brady knows exactly what to do with him, because the fact that Stills is right. At the end of last year, I thought that he was getting ready to come and have his coming out party, like Sam Laporta and stuff like that. And just I mean, what does he have? 52 yards is like his high this year. Like, that's just, I don't know. I expected more. And I understand the Stills watches, the all 22. So, maybe they are doing all the bracket. I know in the beginning of the season, he's absolutely right that they definitely were paying attention to him as the number one option because they didn't have anybody. Now you've got Coleman here. You've got Cooper here. I expect to see something from him when they all get healthy. I really do. I want to see something.
I'm gonna tell you.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. You ready for this?
More to be desired, I guess.
So you bring up Detroit and Sam Laporta, right? They have a true downfield threat. They got two guys that can go get it deep, right? So you got Jamison Williams, and they got one of the best slot receivers in the league. That's not just a short intermediate route guy. He can go down the field. So when you have that, and you put Jahmyr Gibbs out there, you see what I'm saying? So it's like Detroit has a lot more at their arsenal that you have to pay attention to. So a guy like Sam Laporta, when you got to cover 1, 2, and 3, Sam Laporta's not like it's hard to key in on all them dudes. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see him catching balls downfield. It looks a little bit easier. You got Ben Johnson, who's a great offensive coordinator, has time on task, and it just works for them, right? But with the Bills, it's different. I'm telling you, just be patient. I really do think it's going to start popping off toward the end of the season, though.
Okay.
And I mean, just a little more patience on Kincaid from the standpoint of we've been super patient with Knox. Like I get your point that you bring up. Like, yeah, we did extend Knox, but Knox has been like, come on.
I think that Kincaid took his run. He took his burn. You know what I mean? Like, Knox is an afterthought now. You know what I mean?
Kept it. You know what I mean? The reason why they felt like drafting a tight end was even okay is because like think about it. Like if I get it now, Kelsey is older, so you go out and you draft. They what is it, Gray? So you got Gray and you extend him. You got a nice little duo there, right? Like you got a team because one is younger, but Kelsey's still your guy. You're not taking snaps away from Kelsey. You're not getting routes away from Kelsey. The reason why Kincaid is getting routes over Knox is because Knox just ain't. He's not as and before we drafted Kincaid was very disappointing, man, week after week after week. And I don't know. I'm just one of those guys where it's like same thing. It's the same conversation that we used to have about Gabe Davis. Like we see this game against Kansas City where he comes out and it's like, see, that's the dude that we believe he is. But then like for the rest of the season, he has, 8 targets with 2 receptions every game with 6 drops. I can't math tonight. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. But like that's him the rest of the year. And then Kincaid comes in and takes all the Knoxes. And I just think Knox needs to earn it, man. And even now, you're right. He had the good reception this past week, and he's having some decent moments. But man, most of the receivers on this team so far, like outside of Khalil, for me, I've been underwhelmed in Coleman. Like towards the middle part of that season, once he started to kind of rep it up, outside of Khalil, I'm like underwhelmed with the performance of the offense in general, outside of the running backs.
Yeah.
Them boys is doing their job in the backfield.
Yeah.
And the offensive line, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, that offensive line is
one of the best in the league right
now. Unit that we've collectively seen as a team, and we've had some decent lines, like the Richie Incognito days. Like I think this is the best line since those days.
And if I could go back to something that Sterl said before, real quick, because I know this is y'all show, but something that it's been pissing me off all week, because you both know that I listen to WGR. I'm an avid listener. I consume everything. The cope and the actual defense mechanisms that Bills Mafia is putting up this week has really been getting on my nerves. And Sterl's talked about it earlier. It's crazy to me that people want to talk about that this is not a big game. And the reason I say that is that what is the one thing on the bingo card that we have never achieved during this meteoric rise of Josh Allen? It is getting the 1 seed. I don't think the Bills Mafia really understands how playing one less game is just such a massive advantage. What happened last year when we had to go out and play Pittsburgh? We got hurt. And what did we hear for the divisional round loss against Kansas City? Well, we didn't have our linebackers, and we had to pull off AJ Klein off the couch and different things like that. I just think that it's such a massive advantage. I do not think that Kansas City is going undefeated or anything like that or anything remotely like that. So I think that it's just a big game because of the fact I agree with you, King, that it's not there, but we're both on that trajectory. We're both going to the playoffs. I agree with all that. Yes, but this game is big because what is on the table is the fact that if you go ahead and beat them, then all we got to do is finish with the same record. And I understand that it'll be hard to go 15-2, and I get it. We've got some tough opponents coming up with Detroit and San Fran. But it's a big game. Like for me, Nickel City Crew on Friday night at 6. Don't expect your co-host to come out and tell y'all that it's not a big deal. It's a big.
Hey man, I might have to hop on with y'all, man. I might have to get some stuff off my chest.
Man,
hey, y'all remember this? Can we have a moment here, bro? The DeMar Hamlin fake punt. Do we forget about that, bro? What?
We are one Jordan Poyer punt away. Forced. We are one Jordan Poyer forced fumble away from getting blown out that day. So it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a big deal because situationally, I got to see how Sean and these boys react when shit gets hard. Like, I need to see you have the wherewithal to make the right decision. If anything else, if you lose the game, can you show me that situationally you're not gonna do zero blitzes, and you're gonna mix it up. Like, show me that. If you could do that and win, I got hope for you in the playoffs. But if you can't do that, then it's
my Bills Mafia brother, King. I mean, he's my Bills Mafia brother, man. Because you know how much I trash McDermott, Spence. I mean, golly, I need that. What I said it last week on the episode. What do I want to see? We never learned much when we play Jacksonville or we play. You know what I mean? Miami, they gave us a good run this last couple of games, the last game that we played them. But like, we find out who we are when we have the litmus test, when we get up and play that upper echelon teams. Like, this is a big deal for everything that Sterles just said. Like, I want to see my coach in this situation. I want to see how he reacts. I want all of it. I want to see if he curdles. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to see everything and put it all on the table. But this is a big game for sure. I just don't like how WGR and the fans.
Listen, I hear you, but I mean, like, I'm just playing devil's advocate here because honestly, but it's like I hear you, but then you got to look at it like, okay, we went to Kansas City in the season last year and beat them in Kansas City. The year before that, in the season, so it's another situation. It's in the season, so like, and that's I'm just saying, like, I get it, like. I get where you want to say, dog, this is a huge game. But then the thing is, at some point, the season stops being a huge deal. Like, at some point, if I'm Josh, yes, I'm waking up for this game. Like, all right, you in my house? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't about to, like, my house? Yeah. So I got it. But at the same time, it's like, nah, dog. January.
Just for the 1 seed. We all know what we all know was really important, but just for the 1 seed. That's my only point. Just for the 1 seed. That's all.
And I don't even know if we're gonna get that. I'll this is my last comment on it. Okay, unless you guys want to keep going.
No. We got to get to at least two other things.
Yeah, I want to see win the game because of Sean, not because of Josh. That's what I want to see on Sunday. Sean, you come to the table with get your bag.
Unless
Josh goes ether.
Right, unless it's one of those. Listen,
I'll take that too.
I don't see that as a possibility. I don't see that happening. Because they're a damn good football team. Like, there's a reason why they're 9-0. I know we want to say luck, and it is a lot of luck happening, but they're a good football team. They're got a great coach, great quarterback, great defense. They're a good team. So I don't want to downplay them, but it could happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, Josh is like that. We saw the Ravens have a great game against us, and we're a good football team. So like, if we see the Ravens again, it's not going to be 40 or 35-10 or 42-10. That's not happening again. That was a night where the Buffalo Bills just wasn't. We didn't show up. Somebody might get mad at me saying that. We didn't show up. It is what it is. But I take a game like that from Josh.
Well, yes. I mean, sign me up, dog. Sign me up.
Real quick, so because we kind of talked about that. The game in football a little bit longer than we normally do in the show. I guess it is a big game because you got Sterling hyped up a little bit there. Look, the election is over. Finally, there's no more political. At least I haven't seen too many. I feel like it literally just stopped the political ads. I haven't got any more calls. We're not going to get into the politic talk, but Twitter, Blue Sky. I've been seeing a whole bunch of talk about transitioning and everybody leaving Twitter to go to Blue Sky and all of this stuff. Have either of you had this? Are y'all going? What's up?
Y'all got to put me down on Blue Sky, Sterles King. Y'all got to put what's up. So I mean, what's up? Put me down. Put me down. You know I'm social media. You know what I mean. I'm a novice. Talk to me. What's Blue Sky?
Hey man, listen. I haven't even looked into Blue Sky, bro. I don't even use Twitter. I mean, let's be real.
Like,
I be on there with y'all sometimes because we be wilding. But outside of that, man, I've kind of there's some people on Twitter and Bill's community that I don't have taste for, and they get on my damn nerves. And so I just kind of let it go, bro. To be honest, I do appreciate that there's like good news and shit on there, but I'm tired of hearing it. I mean, this is my own opinion, but I feel like as blacks, we get the short end of the stick, and we always do in certain situations. And I'm just kind of over it. And to be honest with you, bro.
That's big facts. That's big facts.
And I think even me, I'm getting to the point. Like, you see, my responses to people have been offhanded. Like this year,
it's been phenomenal.
Well,
okay, hold on. For those of you who don't know, okay, let me talk about my dog for a minute. Okay,
yeah.
There was a time where Jay Spence was just for the people. Now he is, but it's a caveat to that. So if you come on this shit, if you come on there talking shit, he gonna
let you have it.
He gonna let you have it now.
Hell yeah.
It used to be like he was like, nah, you know, he was a peacemaker. Nah, he just be on there letting you have it. And I see the receipts all the time, and it's hilarious. So, you know, keep it up, my man. Keep it up.
You know what?
I love following you.
For me? Honestly, the thing that's changed for me is the fact is like I feel like you can be nice for so long and just be nice and be nice and be nice, but people will still
walk over you, man.
They won't meet you where you are with kindness. And it's one of those things where it's like, you know what, if y'all gonna keep talking to me, y'all gonna keep doing, I got you. Like, you know what I mean? Because I packed that thing too. You know what I'm saying?
Keyboard tough guys, man. Them keyboard tough guys be killing me on there, man.
Right there.
That's the real thing. That's been my interaction on Twitter. Like I'm like Sterls. I'm not good at social media, so I really don't engage. But the Twitter was the only place that was allowing me to like clap back. Like I was able to clap. Like Instagram is sunshine and rainbows, but like Twitter, like some of the stuff that I see on there, and I'm like, yo, you would never talk to me like that if we were face to face. You would never even say what the fuck you just said if we were face to face. And to me, it just makes me, I don't know, man. It just take me to another place. So I have been arguing with people. I have been letting people have it because of the fact that like I'm still in that mode. Like I know you and I, Spence, are talking. You know, you're trying to tone it down, but like I'm in that mode right now. Like I'm trying to build my brand and stuff like that. So if I'm known as the guy that's gonna cuss you out on Twitter if you say something sideways, then I'm cool with that right now with the brand. And yeah, that I'm with Sterls, man. Like it's just some of the stuff that I see on there that they type. I just know that these people would never talk like that. If I was in their face.
I'm telling you for a fact. What you said, you know,
keyboard tough guys.
I'm telling you for a fact they won't.
No, not at all.
For a fact they won't. There's so many people that talk, and then the moment that you link up for any type of event or whatever's going on, they the first ones like, yo, let's grab.
It's like, bro, it's like
pick for the.
It's like Ned Flanders. Highly ho, neighbor.
Yeah. That's crazy to me, man. Because even with the Joey Bosa, like the Joey Bosa, all I said was that like I just pointed out the double standard, and like that thing went crazy. Like I was getting likes from people all across the country, and then obviously it's the other side of that coin, and like people was going ham on me, and I was like, you know, Colin Kaepernick, they kicked him out the league, you know what I mean? And then everybody wants to tell me that he sucked at quarterback and this and that, and I'm just like, no, I just wanted him to stand on what he's, you know, like you made a statement that you get up there to the press conference and you want to be and curl up and be and not say nothing, and like so that's fake to me. To me, that's fake. And
that's the thing. Stand on business. Stand on what you say, and to your point, people won't be real about like. Man, I can't. Sterling would tell you, man. There's so many times that people pop off and then they see us for home opener, or they see us out at one of these events, and it's like it's just a whole different energy, and that's fine because I still bring that type of love. Like I really do. I try my hardest to, you know, I want everybody to kind of do well and succeed. I want everybody to kind of get, you know, to be able to be part of a community that everybody can enjoy each other and have fun. And I joke, like literally when I say every post on Twitter. From me, I'm joking. Like I'm literally enjoying myself on there. I don't take myself too seriously. And people come in the comments and it'd be real disrespectful.
It's wild, man.
But so my question wild. To you two is, has the disrespect been consistent? Because Joe and I were having this conversation a little bit ago, and he said he doesn't quite see too much of a difference, but he said he has some filters set up and he done blocked some folk, which helps. If you don't use your filters, use them. I'm telling you, it helps. But do you feel that since Elon purchased and he took over
he's also
the website, has it shifted to a point where it really has gotten to the point where it's unbearable? Or like, you know, I don't even, because for me, I don't even want to be there no more.
Yeah, he ruined a good thing, man. Like Twitter was fine. Twitter was fine before he took it over. And it's just not the same anymore. It's just not the same. And now what is he? Doge? Now he's like a federal, like like
you're getting all these people that don't know how to run business. Like I get it, they got money. I'm not saying that they don't, but you go and look at their track record as business operators and tell me how those business.
Yeah, money don't make you good at running a business at all.
Yeah.
How efficient is it to have two people running the same position?
Yeah, and you know what it is for me, like, so all that woofing he was doing about, you know, Trump and all this, I can respect like someone having their own isolated opinion, but it's like y'all playing this.
You're
like
a puppet.
this was already in the cards. Like you mean to tell me that this was no happenstance or no, y'all play. You got me. You got me.
And I'm one of those dudes. Look, he won. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he won.
I'm not one of those dudes that's gonna sit here like, okay.
And he won the popular vote, so we really can't
right.
If you didn't walk outside and didn't be able to tell what was about to happen, then you really did have blinders on. That's black, white,
and that's it.
Pale brown.
And that's
I'm
it.
being honest.
So, like from that perspective, it's like I don't understand the rhetoric or the way everybody kind of speaks to each other. It's still
a good way to put it.
Like it's so divisive.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then what it comes down to is whoever you have voted for and whoever whichever side you were on. The reality of it is, man, it's not where people are really trying to touch you every day on that level.
Mm-hmm.
Those folk ain't trying to touch you every day on the level that it really matters to you every day. Now, your votes matter. So I'm not. Yeah. This is not the conversation where I'm trying to get political and don't vote.
I don't vote. So I'll be honest. I don't vote. I put my hand up. You know what I mean? Last time I voted was for Obama the first time because my mother made me, because I'm not political. So like that's just not my space. So I don't, you know what I mean?
Why is that? Why do you feel that your vote don't matter?
No, I didn't say that it doesn't matter. Well, I just don't participate in the hoopla. It's kind of like coming to a party that you don't know anybody, and then you know what I mean, you're trying to be cool and you're trying to go dap people, but you really don't know these people. The same way that I feel like they really don't know that the issues, the struggles, the different things like that I go through as a man in this country. The same way that I can't speak on somebody that's got a $1 million job or a $500,000 job. I can't speak on whatever they might be going through. So I just feel like a lot of the politics is it's just fake. It kind of goes back to the other thing. I don't do fake. So because of that, I feel like a lot of it is fake and fabricated, and it's manufactured. It's kind of, I just don't like it. Like, hey. I don't like, what I mean? I'm just not with it. It may not make sense or anything like that. And I'm not trying to say that people, especially black people, didn't die for the rights. And, my mother gave me the whole guilt trip the first time Obama was in there. You got to go out and your people died for the right. I get it. One of the things that's disheartening is that we're still fighting the same struggles that they fought back in the 60s. So because of that, like, we haven't really progressed as much as we think that we have. And that's disheartening. So I don't even participate. And that's totally personal. Like, that has nothing to do with anybody. I'm not trying to tell anybody to do what to do or anything like that. But we still are fighting the same struggles. They're just dressed up in 2024. Listen, that's all.
I respect that.
Yeah, I respect it.
And what I will say is, I always tell people that your right to vote is there and it matters. This is the thing: you're exercising your right to vote, the thing is, you choose not to. And look, is that something that a lot of people will be happy about? No. Like, I get it. Like, everybody, because you have like your mom, people have died and people, I understand it, but the right to not is also your right. And you know what I mean? You have your reasoning, man. So no, I respect that. And I think if more people were tolerant of what people chose, the thing is, my life ain't yours, and what you choose to do ain't my choice. And it's like, look, that works for Rob, and that's okay. Like, at some point, we just got to get to the point where we can accept that for people.
But did you guys experience the same thing the next day, though? Because on Twitter specifically, it was so weird, because it was either somebody was dunking on another person, or there were people that was talking about, you know what I mean? Like, if you didn't vote for, so-and-so candidate, like, stay away from me. And this thing, I'm like, what are we?
Yeah,
it was very weird.
I think the whole chat did too. Weird, like, man. So me and Sterles, we in the chat with Daryl and B, and we, like, when I say the chat went silent for the week, we weren't in there. Like,
we were all kind of
everything was dead that week. So, but I think now is to the point. I know you're still somewhat, like you mentioned, you don't do social, so you're new, trying to kind of really figure out the space. I think we've all kind of been around the space long enough to know when certain things happen, how it's about to be. Yeah. And I knew it wouldn't have been a good mental health week for me if I would have stayed on Twitter.
It was wild, man. Like, I had to get off of it, because every time I scrolled, it was either somebody dunking on somebody because he won, or on the opposite, it was get the hell away from me and don't ever talk to me again because you didn't vote for. And I'm just like, and it was like men, women, black, white, brown, and I was like, man, like, this is how we treat each other. We should
see the dunking aspect of it. As a sports fan, I can get, you know what I mean? Like, as a sports fan, I can get the dunking aspect of it. It's like, hey, my guy won. Okay, like when Kobe and the Lakers won without Shaq, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good
Like,
correlation.
like
Okay.
my dog won. Okay, like
you.
ain't nothing y'all gonna tell me.
But I'm not gonna tell you to not talk to me anymore because you voted for somebody that I didn't vote for. That's weird to me. I don't know.
See, I think what ends up happening is, and there's levels to every, and we could have this conversation. I don't think this is political. I think this is life. I think what happens is some people look at politics as more than just a concept. They look at politics as like, look, you know, the things that you stand for, the things that you're going to vote for are going to eventually matter. They're trickle down into everyday things. So for instance, a lot of women, obviously, right? The one of the biggest issues with this election was talking about reproductive rights and those type of things. Now, every state's laws are different, so I'm not going to get on here and make a generalized statement. I do know that there are more states with access than states without.
Okay.
But I know that sounds like they're going to try to make some I don't know. But whatever the case is, that issue matters to a lot of women.
Absolutely. So it should.
So the thing is, some women look at it like,
how could you vote for him?
You vote against my rights.
It's my rights.
And they take it personal. And then, you know, and as a black man, I feel like on one hand, I can kind of understand that, you know what I'm saying? But then it's just tough, man, because it's like my whole life. And again, I think as a black man, I'll ask both of you this. As a black man, I feel like if I would have gone my entire life and made the decision to not speak to people based on what I knew they believed about everybody else, I wouldn't have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
That's the facts. That's
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh my God, yes. That's facts.
And there's been so many times that I've even had the conversation to say I'm tired of like being exceptions to people. Because you could tell like, oh no, Spence, that's my guy. And they treat me different than they look at. So it's like I don't even like that aspect of it. So, you know, it's a harsh reality. And it's like if I stop being friends with everybody based on what I know, it's like I probably have like my circle would be down to my dogs. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's just a fact. So I don't know. Sterling, you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, man. You just, you know, I don't know, man. We live in an unprecedented time, and you just got to be careful about who you share that stuff with, because people don't know how to take it and understand. Like, you can have differences of opinion and still be cool. Like,
correct.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, that like politics was never designed to be divisive.
That's right.
It just turned that way because we're people and we always fuck stuff up.
That's right.
You know,
that's facts.
And it's it's a matter of how are you going to do the research to figure out what you believe and why you believe it. And if you're not going to do that and you're just going to go with the parting line, then me personally, I really the conversation I'm not going to have a real conversation with you, because like, have conviction, you know, like we talk about, you know, being real in this and that, but like people don't do the homework to figure out what they believe and why they believe. So that's why I say, Rob, I respect what you were saying, because it sounds like it's very well thought out, very well spoken. You know what you believe and why you believe it. I respect that. I respect the hell out of that. I just don't like when people just do it just because my mom told me, my dad, this is just what my community is doing.
Right.
You know, when you don't really consider both sides. Right.
I felt like a fraud.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, man. It's just tough out there, man. And it's just like, as a black man, you know, and people can think whatever the hell they want about me. I don't care. But like, historical data shows that like since the 50s, since the 60s, the whole goal was to destroy the black family.
That's right.
And they succeeded in doing that. And
That's
so I understand women's rights, super important. Right. But like, I think, you know, it has to come to a point in time where the focus is to build back the communities. There used to be a time in communities where people would look after their own other people's kids, man. We don't even do that no more.
The neighbors' kids.
When somebody's sick, you bring them meals and you bring them food, and like, you know, it's like the kids in the neighborhood knew their neighbor's phone number in case something went. I mean, it's just like we've lost touch with reality and with each other. That's what's more important to me, to be honest.
That's
you know, because politicians, they're gonna politic, and they're not gonna necessarily look out for the the good of everybody. But like we gotta police our own. So I don't know, man. That's kind of what we were talking about in our chat, Jay Spence. Like we were just, like, yo, we gotta look after each other because that's all we got now,
Okay.
Well,
I mean to go on
everything he said. Everything he said that's big facts, man. Everything he just said, that's big facts. That's for real. That's it. Like we are so dependent on these things now. We're so dependent on what other people think, and how they react. And it's just it really is unhealthy. It's not. It's just not the way it was set up. If you ask people where they live, if you ask a kid where he lives. Shoot, you can ask adults where they live. If their phone went down, a lot of them really wouldn't be able to navigate and get back to their house if they were far enough away. And that is that's scary. If you really think about it, that's scary. I mean, you're like, well, everybody knows where they live. No. If you plop somebody 150 miles away and say, go ahead and get home without your phone, a lot of people will be lost. And I think that's a part of the problem as well, is that we've become dependent on technology and on Twitter and what people think, and like you just said, Elon Musk and what and all that other, like all that kind of stuff is just we've lost everything he said. I don't even want to say.
Man, I'm still mourning the outcome.
We lost touch. Yeah, we lost touch with who we are.
Shit ain't sweet over here. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's tough, man. But what you gonna do, right?
What you gonna do? So
I feel like somebody. What you gonna do, young buck?
What you gonna do? But look, that conversation got heavy, so we gonna keep it moving. We gonna get on out of here. But listen, I want to thank Rob for kicking it with us. Chop up is literally what we just did, man. We just like to chop up. Sometimes it's a little more. My man Brian said on Hump Day tonight, he was like, chop up is gully. Sometimes chop up is gully. Sometimes it's like this. Sometimes we having fun with some drinks. We got to get you back on before the season's over, because I got a feeling that it's probably gonna be like the last season. We're gonna be doing this and stuff. So we're gonna have to get you on. We're gonna have to have one of those nights when we celebrating and we really just celebrating as some friends and as brothers and everything that we've been doing over the last several years and all that. So yeah, we're gonna try to make sure we get that. Probably try to do it around one of those Christmas weekends.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate the invite. Shout out to you, Sterls. Shout out to you, King. I really appreciate y'all inviting me on tonight. And again, check out Nickel City Crew. We go live every Friday, 6:00. And I really do appreciate it. Salute, King.
Yeah, man, my brother, all love. Sterls, you and your boys going live tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna go live. Rob, hit me after the show.
I would literally, I'm already like,
all right.
I'm like, golly, this dude is speaking all my languages. So yeah, I'm already halfway through my message to you.
I bet.
Let's get it. Let's see. I love I love that. But all right, plug the show that you got going on tonight, just in case anybody want to join and check that out.
Yeah, man, it's the Hezzy podcast. We just be on there acting a fool. We talk about all sports, man. We're gonna be doing that like right after this. So when I get out of here, you can follow me on my YouTube page, Furrow Sterling YouTube. You'll see it, the Hezzy podcast. So yeah, we're gonna be on that.
All right, let's get it. Y'all know from me, y'all love each other, take care of each other. Y'all live in peace. As always, stay positive, test negative. I ain't even had an outro ready. I'm out here slacking. Go Bills.
Slacking. Go Bills.